Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Shrunatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravan Kirtana Hridayantasto Hiya Bhadrani Vidunati Suhat Satam Nashtaprasya Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, 22nd chapter, verse number 16. Vyaktam Atma Vatam Atma Bhagwan Atma Bhavana Swanam Anugrahya Yemam Siddha Rupi Charatyajah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is always anxious to elevate the living entity, who are his part and parcels, and for their special benefit, the Lord travel all over the world in the form of self-realized person like you. Purport. There are different kind of transcendentalists, namely the Gyanis, impersonalists, and the mystic yogis. Of course, all the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The four Kumaras, however, were both yogis and Gyanis, and finally Bhaktas later on. In the beginning, they were impersonalists, but later they developed the devotional activities. Therefore, they are the best transcendentalists. The devotees are representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and to elevate the conditioned soul to their original consciousness, they travel all over the universe to enlighten the conditioned soul about Krishna consciousness. The best devotees are Atmavat, those who have fully realized the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Personality of Godhead as Paramatma is sitting within the everyone's heart, trying to elevate everyone to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, he is called Atma Bhavana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is always trying to give individual soul the intelligence to understand about himself. he is always with the individual as a friend sitting by the side of a friend, and he gives facilities to all living entities according to their desires. The word Atma Vatam is significant in this verse. There are three kind of devotees, namely Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. The neophyte, the preacher, and the Mahabhagavat, or the highly advanced devotee. The highly advanced devotee is one who knows the conclusion of Vedas in full knowledge. Thus, he becomes a devotee. Indeed, not only is convinced himself, but he can convince others on the strength of the Vedic evidence. The advanced devotees can see all the living entities as a part and parcels of Supreme Lord without discrimination. The Madhyam Adhikari or preacher is also well versed in the Shastras and can convince others also. But he discriminates between the favorable and unfavorable. In other words, the Madhyam Adhikari does not care for the demoniac living entities, and the neophyte Kanishta Adhikari doesn't know much about the Shastras, but has a full faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Kumaras, however, were Mahabhagavat because they are scrutinizingly studying the absolute truth, they become devotee. In other words, they were in full knowledge of the Vedic conclusion. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed by the Lord that there are many devotees, but that a devotee who is fully conversant in the Vedic conclusion is very dear to him. Everyone is trying to elevate himself to the highest position according to his mentality. The karmis who have a bodily concept of life try to enjoy the sense gratification to the utmost. The Jnani's idea of the highest position is merging into effulgence of the Lord. But devotees' highest position is preaching all over the world the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, devotees are actually the representative of the Supreme Lord. As they travel all over the hold directly as a Narayan because they carry Narayan within their heart and preach his glories. The representative of Narayan is as good as Narayan, but he is not to conclude like the Mayavadis that he becomes Narayan. Generally, sannyas is addressed as a Narayan by the Mayavadi. Their idea is that simply by taking sannyas, one becomes equal to Narayan or become Narayan himself. The Vaishnav conclusion is different, as stated by the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, साक्षात हरित्व समस्त शास्त्रे उत्तस्पता भावेतम शब्दी किंतु प्रभोर प्रियवतस्य वंदे कृषि चरणारविंद. According to the Vaishnava philosophy, a devotee is as good as Narayan, not by becoming Narayan, but by becoming the most confidential servant of the Narayan. Such great personalities acts as a spiritual master for the benefit of the people in general, and as such a spiritual master who is preaching the glories of Narayan should be accepted as Narayan and be given all respect due him. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकचक्षुर्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च कृष्णां पावनं वैष्णवभ्यो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share the notes which I make, and please forgive me if I added my own interpretation while making these notes. So a couple of things mentioned in this verse, and the main are like, so this verse is talking about guru. So what are different kind of gurus which are described here? So there is a super soul, Atma Bhavana, the Paramatma. He is the guru within the heart. So Paramatma is like God himself only, and he is directing basically all of us from within the heart. So as we know, like sometime if we do something which we should not be doing, then our heart begins to beat very, heavily or quickly. That means somehow like the super soul inside is not happy with that act. So we note that we should not be doing something that we are doing it. So Krishna is there in the heart and he's watching everyone. So he's called like overseer. He watches everything that we can do. So we have to be very conscious. We cannot think that we can hide things and behave like a devotee before Krishna. Krishna, he can see everything. He is there, he is Adi Guru, and he is giving us instructions constantly within our heart. And as we become more advanced, the more we can take instruction from the super soul guidance, from the super soul basically within heart. So Krishna will guide us, and he will illuminate us as he stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satatviktanam vashtam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam. So Krishna says, dadami buddhi yogam. I give you the buddhi yoga. So when we have the purified intelligence, we know what to do. So Krishna basically purifies our intelligence, then we know what to do. Now we don't have to ask very even small things to even a spiritual master, because Krishna is within, he's giving us intelligence how we can please our Guru. So if we are sincere, then Krishna will give us the intelligence how to act, how to serve his service in his service. So that is the system that is called like super soul or Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means the Guru in the heart, but we cannot just take the Chaitya Guru as only the instructor. Okay, whatever is voice coming inside, okay, that is the final. I have not to consult anyone, because we are not purified enough. So we have to consult. In, later stage of Srila Prabhupada, he was about to leave the world. Then one of the devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, please stay longer. You have more to do here. Teach us, take care of us. Then Srila Prabhupada says, okay, I will ask Krishna. Then immediately what he did, he put his head back for 3-4 minutes, and then Srila Prabhupada didn't say anything for those 3-4 minutes. Then he came back to his external consciousness. Then he said, okay, Krishna has left it up to me. I can go now or I can stay. So Srila Prabhupada was directly speaking with Krishna. So if your desire are pure, then you can just listen to the super soul in heart. If your desire is not pure, then you have to take uh, guidance from different external gurus, like your Path Pradarshak Guru, who basically pull you in Krishna consciousness, or Shiksha Guru. One may have many Shiksha Guru, or finally the Diksha Guru. So we have to consult them because we are not that much pure. So further, it is mentioned that about the different level of devotee, like basically the Madhyamadikari, Kanishtadikari, Madhyamadikari, and Uttamadikari. So what is the adhikar? Adhikar means qualification. So Kanishtadikari is a devotee, but by definition, Kanishta means a neophyte devotee, or you can say the materialistic devotee. Someone who is still very absorbed in the bodily concept of life. Means they are not advanced and their chanting is not so strong. So we can judge these three level of devotees by either by the quality of chanting or their realization or their shastric knowledge. So the Kanishta Adhikari, their chanting is not so strong. They chant the holy name, but they don't have deep faith in the holy name. While Madhyamadikari is has much deeper faith in the holy name. And if we talk about this chanting, there are three types of chanting: the Namaprad, Namabhas, and Shuddhanam. So basically, Madhyam Adhikari is chanting on the platform of Namabhas. Namabhas means you are committing offenses. Namaprad. Let's start with the Namaprad. Namaprad means you are committing offenses while chanting. And if we keep continuing like that, being a Kanishta Adhikari, we cannot get the Shuddhanam at all. We will just keep chanting birth after birth, no problem. But if we want to get really the Krishna Prem, then we won't develop it until we move further to next level. So it won't become pure devotional service. So you can chant and chant, and it is good, but you have to chant on the platform of Namabhas basically. So now Namabhas means Abhas means the shadow or reflection. It means the holy name is there, but not fully manifested. So you are chanting, but you are not getting like the full benefit of the chanting. But you are trying to not to commit offenses in chanting. So that is namabhas, when you are very careful about the offenses, namapada. You are very, careful, and you're thinking like, okay, I don't want to commit offenses. Sometime the Madhyamadikari may commit the offenses, the namapara. It is permissible, but they are always conscious and they try to avoid this namapara. So in the 10 offenses which we read in the morning, the 8 of them we commit because the lack of proper knowledge. Out of 10, 8 we commit due to lack of knowledge. Like to think the holy name, the name of the holy name is the name of the demigods. The name of Krishna is equal to name of demigods. Means you don't have the proper understanding who is Krishna, who is demigod. So when a devotee explain it to you, then you will read Bhagavatam. Then over time you will understand. Okay, and then you will stop committing that particular offense, or think like it's imagination. Uh, does means like you have a lack of realization. Then you are thinking, okay, this Harinam is like imaginary maybe. So we like to do so just by the cultivating. You can avoid this by cultivating the knowledge. So these things, but two offenses, which means the first and the third, they are little bit different, but somehow they are interrelated. Uh, So if you see, the first one is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. So sometimes devotee asks, what does it mean? Which devotee? Is it like neophyte or madhyam? Or so Srila Prabhupada says any kind of devotee. If you blaspheme the devotee, you will have the negative impact in your spiritual life. Mm. So blaspheme the advanced devotee will have even more serious impact on your life. So why do we blaspheme the devotees? The one reason is why we blaspheme the devotees. We are committing the third offense. What is the third offense? I mean, blaspheme the devotee is the first offense. It is the consequences of the third offense. Third offense is like disobey the spiritual master. So when we are disobeying the spiritual master, then we are prone to commit the first offense, that's blaspheming of devotees. So these two, first and third, are very deeply connected. And if you are not following the instruction of the guru, means you are not chanting your round, or you are not chanting your round properly, or you are not following the regulatory principle, or you are not following the any instruction which is given by the guru. Maybe so all this falls into disobeying the spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada's instruction was we have to cooperate with all the devotees. Right? That is a general instruction we got from Srila Prabhupada. Any customized instruction given by the individual gurus. So Srila Prabhupada said that he said like the proof of how much we love in community with each other is how much we basically cooperate after no, Prabhupada left. So that was instruction. So many things we might be doing. So we are not following the instruction of the spiritual master, then basically we lose the our test in the devotional service gradually. And when we begin to lose our test, what do you do? I mean, if we are losing our test, then the symptom of that we start blaspheming the devotees who have dedicated their life. So if we are blaspheming the devotees, then it's very it becomes very difficult to follow the instruction of spiritual master. And if you are not following the spiritual master, then we'll definitely blaspheme the devotees because we lose our test. So both offenses are basically interdependent. Then final offense in our list, which we do in the morning, not to attentive while chanting the holy name. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that this offense, the last offense, inattentive while chanting, is basically the source of all others, all 10 offenses. Inattentive chanting. So you are not attentive while chanting the holy name of the Krishna. Then this is the most serious offense because your whole spiritual life is very much dependent on how you chant the holy name of the Krishna. So that is the quality of chanting by which we can see the difference between Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari doesn't chant very seriously. Madhyam Adhikari, he really puts efforts into the chanting. And if you see someone on the Madhyam platform, if you if you see on the platform of Uttam Adhikari, uh, they are that much pure that if someone in their presence they start chanting, right? And we all might feel this in the presence of our Guru Maharaj. When we are with our Guru Maharaj, we naturally like to chant with them. So this is the symptom of Uttam Adhikari. So all Prabhupada and all our current acharyas, they we can feel just inspired by associating them. Another way we can differentiate between the three level of devotees is their realization. So what is the realization of the Madhyam Adhikari? He doesn't see everyone equally. Sounds a little weird, but so he sees, okay, if this person is equal to me in the devotional advancement, or that person is less advancement, have the less advancement than me. So he associated more than who is more advanced, and he see like with some compassion to the lower realized devotee or Kanishta Adhikari. but he has complete faith and he clearly knows the Vishnu Tattva, the Madhyamadikari, that who is God and what is the conclusion of Shastra. The Kanishtadikari, he can not differentiate very easily properly. Basically, he thinks that he is the most advanced qualified person. He thinks that the Guru is the only devotee or pure devotee and cannot offer the proper respect to other gurus, cannot offer the respect to the other devotees, or sometimes cannot even offer respect to God brothers and sisters. So still he might be initiated, but if the symptom is like that, then he is still on the Kanishta level. Uttam Adhikari, we can see, is highly advanced. If we talk about realization, he sees Krishna everywhere and he offers respect to every living entity, understanding their connection to the Krishna. So it's a very advanced level of consciousness, Uttam Adhikari. And it's a different level than the other way. So we can understand who is more advanced and who is less advanced. One third parameter is Shastric knowledge. The Kanishtadikari has very less understanding. Madhyamadikari has little more, and Uttamadikari has like most deep understanding of Shastric knowledge. They can convince anyone in the universe, by their Shastric knowledge. So yeah, I would like to conclude here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.